It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. Let's get right to it. We got some pop culture topics for the day. We're going to start with a little kind of sporty stuff because I know you're a hockey person. So we're going to start with that and then get into some stuff that's out here going viral about some dating topics that we need some answers for as a Best of Bias family. But let's start with this hockey tragedy. I'm going to actually get a little somber on you. I'm sorry. Hockey player Adam Johnson for the Nottingham Panthers tragically dies in a game after being kicked in the neck by let's see what his last name is. Matt Pettigrave. It was a weird ass play. I'm not really like a hockey person. This is one of the things that scares me the most about hockey, possibly being kicked in the neck by this blade. This player kicks his leg up and kicks under the player's neck, Mr. Adam Johnson, rest in peace. And he bled out like on the ice in front of everybody and just it was nuts. Let me know. Was this a dirty play? He got arrested eventually for manslaughter. Hockey is new to me. Why is his foot all the way up there? Is that legal? Why is that even a thing?
So legal, no. Now, do I think it was intentional? I watched the play multiple times. I don't find it to be intentional because if you were going to intentionally do something like that, doing it in an arena full of people,
Shit.
Is not something I feel like you would go about it in that way. Given it may have been that I can't speak for him, but I feel like he could have lost control, whatever the case may be. But I don't find it to be intentional. In hockey, I've never seen it be intentional where somebody kicks their leg up like that. It could have been a falling, he didn't know how to catch himself, or like his body may have just flung in a certain type of way. But that realistically, that is the danger, I guess, of playing hockey. It's like the blades are sharp, there are skates out there, and you can fall in any type of way.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen a lot. People don't get cut by blades a lot. Shit.
Not definitely not like that.
No.
But when I saw the clip, it was like instant blood everywhere.
Like what the
as he was getting pulled off the ice too, you just see the blood.
The trail of blood.
Trail of blood everywhere, which given like had to have been a lot, but looked like 20 times more because when it spreads out on the ice. But I've never, in my experience, my dad raised me as a Sharks fan since I was a kid. It's what I watched as a baby. But honestly, I've never seen something where somebody has intentionally done anything like that. So I think the arrest in general may be a slight bit of like manslaughter is the best that could happen, the best scenario that can happen. Right. But I don't know how somebody would make that case that it was even that, because it is a hazard of the job of the game.
Fuck that, yo. Fuck that.
And it was bad, and the video, I watched it a couple of times. It was pretty gruesome.
Oh honestly. My
God. But it was like a split second, so it's not like something where like you can't necessarily like, it's like in any sport, when you fall, you can't always control every limb.
Yeah.
This happens to be in hockey, you're more aware of the situation. Given the hit didn't look like, it looked hard, but it didn't look any more rough than any other hit that I've seen. So I don't see how his leg got into that situation or how he was able to kick that high in general. There's a lot of padding and things like that in hockey, so you are weighed down by it.
Oh my God.
But for him to get, because hockey players are bigger, and for you to be able to kick somebody that high is a little bit crazy. But also, again, in a public setting like that, I don't believe that it was necessarily intentional.
I feel that. He's getting the hockey guy, Mr. Matthew Pettigrave, is getting what's his name? What's the dude that shot somebody on the set of his movie recently and got manslaughter for that? Alec Baldwin. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of that same situation, but this one's a little more gruesome. But I mean, they say Matt is known for being kind of a dirty player, but at the same time, you shouldn't use that to pin murder on a guy. I think manslaughter, you have to, you know what I mean? I feel like the same if, I don't know, if you get in a car accident and you're in the right and somebody still dies, do you get manslaughter in the same kind of way? I
I
don't know.
think I'm not sure, but I think he might. But like in general, a dirty player or not a dirty player, I don't believe that anybody necessarily would do that intentionally.
Right,
Like
right.
especially when there's like, especially when you know there's cameras rolling, video of you doing this or whatever. Like I agree with you that calling him a dirty player doesn't justify what had
Right.
happened. It's an
Exactly.
it's an unfortunate like incident. It's definitely like a tragedy in every way.
Absolutely.
But I don't necessarily I understand the justice for the family, but I don't know if, in my opinion, necessarily that manslaughter is the correct way to go about it.
I feel that. I feel that. Let's get off this one. This is making me sad. And I hope this isn't discouraged from young people playing hockey. I'm hoping this was just a freak accident. It doesn't happen often. They do be fighting, but I'm hoping that the tempers don't flare that much to where you're gonna try to kick somebody in the fucking neck and kill them. That's wild. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah.